We back, y'all. We back. We back. We back. Hopefully, hopefully we got him. We'll see. Told you guys I had to physically go grab him because you know he's old now. So if y'all wonder what I'm doing, I told y'all I'm in here chefing, I'm cooking. You know, mama raised me right. I'm cooking. So let's see if we can find him. This young hooligan. Let's see if we can go find him. Where is he? Oh my gosh, this young man. I have to physically go grab him. DC, man, you really have one of your kids show you how to work this. Let's find him. Let's go find him. Sorry, guys. You guys want to offer some tips for Daniel if he's watching? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you Daniel. DC. Sorry, I got to respect my elders. Greetings from Peru. What's up, Peru? What's up, guys? Hey, guys, I am patiently waiting here for Mr. Cormier to get on here. And this young, there he goes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You got this jinky ass Instagram. Hey,
Stop.
work, man.
Stop. Don't, you know you don't know how to work this. So stop.
I really don't. Hey, that's for y'all young kids.
Yeah, you
young kids.
First of all, happy birthday today.
Thank you, dog. I appreciate it.
Can you tell the people how old you are today?
Nah, man, you don't need. I'm 41 years old, baby. 41 and beautiful. Let me tell you something.
Wow.
Don't get much better than that, you know.
Wow, 41.
Yes, I am.
I'm amazed by that. You know, DC is crazy, man. Like I was thinking the other day, you know, we go way back. I know you might not even remember it, but we go way, way back.
Yes.
I remember
the training center, a young boy.
Yeah, even before, like I remember when I was in high school. I think it was maybe junior year, the summer of my junior year. Mm-hmm. And when I started, that was when I started getting into wrestling a lot. And so I started looking at all the magazines, you know, back then Win magazine was like real hot. And I started like looking at all these magazines to just, because I wanted more knowledge. I was seeking more knowledge. Who were the best wrestlers? Who was the top wrestlers in the world, in the country? And that's when I seen you and King Mo was on there.
Yeah.
That's when I first started following you guys, you know, and I'm like, oh man, like, you know, this is not a race thing or anything, but it was just like, man, it's two black dudes on there that do. I can do this. I can get it was so much motivation and inspiration for me that I could one day achieve and get to the level that you guys were at. So I was following it, and then I was at Fargo, and then you guys had a camp at Fargo. And I think it was right after you guys had just competed in that Real Pro Wrestling after they did that.
Yes.
And I remember me and my boy Aaron, we were outside. You know how kids just scalp singlets outside, and we're outside, we're scalping singlets, and then we seen you two come around, and of course it was a lot of other, you know, wrestlers going, but y'all were the two that we wanted to see, and y'all came around, and I'm like, oh, Aaron, that's it, that's him, that's them right there, that's them. And I remember we walked up to you guys, we were like, what's up, man? And y'all was so cool. You and King Mo, y'all was so cool. It was like, oh, snap. These dudes is like us. And they cool.
You know,
just like that.
Whenever we were wrestling, you know, it was a lot about, I always thought that there was a thing that Kane said once, that it was good for him to see people who look like him achieve such great things, right? So Julio Cesar Chavez and all those guys, they just meant the world to him. And honestly, it felt like that for us to be able to be that guiding light for young, especially young black wrestlers, to show them that, you know, you could achieve pretty much anything. And the story is like very good because I didn't remember that. You know, I was so focused on trying to become an Olympian and become a world champion that we're probably, you know, look, man, that's why today, like when you see people, right? You see people, you meet people, you never know who they're going to become, right? Absolutely. But I mean, you know, I met you on, and no one would have thought, Mo and I would have thought that experience meant that much to you and your buddy. But obviously
Absolutely.
it is.
Absolutely. And just to touch on that a little bit too, push that further is, you know, like, and I always said it, I've said it in a few interviews, and when you're saying it, sometimes it feels surreal to you. When I say it, is I didn't choose to be in the spot where I am now. You know, I didn't choose to be, you know, the first African-born, you know, fighter to win a UFC title. I didn't choose to be that, you know, and I don't realize how many people, how many kids are looking at that moment saying, oh, I'm going to be there. You know, and you guys, like you said, you guys didn't realize it, but that meant so much to us that you guys were those guys to where now when I was wrestling, I had a little extra motivation, like, man, I can get there. I could be there. And, you know, and Mo probably doesn't even know this too, because I tried to talk to him a couple of times, but even with Mo was, you know, he wrestled in Texas. You know, and he became a state champion out of Texas, I believe, and then went over to UCO to where he became a 3-time All-American, then transferred over to with you guys and became an All-American there. And Mo doesn't realize this, but I was chasing him.
Yeah,
when I went Division II, I was like, oh, I'm gonna become a national champion. And then I became a 3-time All-American, became a national champion as well. And I was like, you know, that last year, I was like, yo, I might have to slide out and go somewhere. But you know, I stayed, you know, and I just don't think people, you know, believe or people realize, because nowadays, you see it now. Everybody's into this, oh, I'm going to talk trash. I got to play this character. I got to play this. And that's one thing that I always say is I'm not necessarily into that, because I want to be me, because at the end of the day, I know that I'm motivation for somebody else.
You know what the crazy thing is that, you know, when you think about people trying to, you know, talk and build interest in their fights and being somebody, look, it does not matter in regards to, whether or not that's going to, I don't know if that negatively will affect a everybody loved me. You know, I was the Olympian. I was the guy that people just loved. And then I won the Strikeforce tournament. They thought, oh, he's great. And then I went through that time with Jones, and people booed me, right? And I could not understand it. I begged, why are you guys booing me? I'm not the guy that did this, this, and the other. And then I stared into it, right? Then I just said, okay, I'm going to stare into this.
Yeah.
And once I stared into it, I remember when Rumble and I fought in Buffalo. I said, you know, boo me. You know, I'm getting money and I'm getting championship belts. And then people started to, like, cheer me. It was just the oddest thing. You know, you can't try to control people's emotions, but know that if you're positive and you carry the responsibility of being where you are, with truly, like, honor and affection and love for the position, the kids are gonna want to be like you.
Yeah, DC. I mean, you juggle a lot of hats too. Like you're a coach at Gilroy High School, I hear. You know, as well as the wrestling coach for AKA.
Yeah.
As well as being a professional fighter, as well as being a commentator, as well as being an analyst. And you know, if I'm not mistaken, you done slipped in a movie or two.
You know, I hated that. I hated that though.
Really?
I hated the movies. I did not like the movies, man. That's why I'm like, I'm done with it. I'm a terrible actor. I was not good at it. It takes forever to do nothing. I just can't deal with it. I was like, it takes too long to do. I was in one movie for maybe like 3 to 5 minutes, and I was there for a whole day. I absolutely hated it. Look, man, I'll be honest with you. I do all these things because I'm not a guy that needs a lot of time. You know, I'm not. When I got too much time and I do crazy things that don't benefit me in the long run. You know, I start living for the short term. I'm just like everybody else. You know, it's easy to get distracted. So I try to stay busy and focus on the right things.
Yeah.
You know, I've learned as I've gotten older that the more busy I am, the less trouble I find myself in.
That's a good way to look at it. A good way to look at it.